According to the United Nations, every 20 people, well, every minute, I beg your pardon, 20 people leave everything behind to escape war, persecution, or terror. Let's cross over to Ofentse Setimo again. He is at the Desmond Tutu Refugee Centre this morning in light of the fact that today is World Refugee Day. Ofentse, a question to you in terms of the centre, and I'm not sure if you have the numbers with you right now, but do you have any idea how many people come to this centre on a daily basis where you are stationed?
Well, already I can tell you there's a hive of activity here at the Desmond Tutu Refugee Centre. I think hundreds and hundreds of people are actually processed at the entrance here of the refugee centre on a daily basis. Even now, as you can see, the operating hours are from 8 until 4:30, but the gates have long been open. I think they've been open from around 2 a.m. In order to allow the snailing queues to be processed on the inside. This to avoid what they say being targeted by corrupt officials who actually approach them seeking some money. Now, I will be speaking to someone who's actually coming from Burundi and is going to sort of tell us about his experience actually coming to South Africa. Just before I go to him, I'd like to explain there are different kinds of refugees. You have the asylum seeker. An asylum seeker is someone who claims to be a refugee, but their refugee status is yet to be determined by the country to which they have fled. Then you have an internally displaced person, which is someone who has fled the region in which they stay, but they are still within the borders of their home country. Now, right now, I'm speaking to this guy who's from Burundi, and he's just going to tell us the circumstances that led to him coming to South Africa. My brother, can you just explain the circumstances that led to you coming to South Africa from Burundi?
Yeah, when I came here, it was the civil war back in my country. Okay. It was the civil war started in 1993 after they killed our president. And after that, South Africa was the mediation country in our country. So that's when we fled to South Africa. At the beginning, when we got here, they were giving us papers, you see, like they were helping us. But now, it's very difficult to get a paper without money. Yeah, like when we come here, they ask us for money. To go inside is money. When you get inside, to get your paper, you must pay money.
And a lot of people are making some serious allegations against the police and the officials here at the department, saying they work together to terrorize the foreign nationals in order to get money for the documents. How true is that? Can you elaborate on that as well?
Yes, basically what happens here is that there is, I can say it's like a syndicate of a group of some other police or people who call themselves police. Because whenever we tell the policemen, they say that those people are not in their police force, you see. So they can come here in uniform and they work with the security guards and some officials. And whenever we try to refuse, they beat us, they arrest us, they even arrest other people. And when they arrest you, they're gonna charge you with something different. They won't charge you with what you did, of telling them the truth. They're gonna charge you with something else by the police station.
Can you just tell us what are some of the good experiences that you've had ever since you've arrived? I heard you say that you've been here for the past 10 years.
Well, in South Africa, basically, if you have a paper, you can be able to get a job and earn a living. But without this paper, there is no way we can get a job or a living, you see. So many people, their lives are on standby. Many people have lost their jobs because they couldn't renew their asylums. Some of them, their accounts were blocked because the asylum expired and time to renew. They can't help them to renew in time. So the bank sold their monies and there's no way to take them out. Yeah.
So today is International Refugee Day. Yeah. Can you just explain to us what this day means to you and what should be done to highlight the plight of people like you who fled war-torn countries?
Well, today, International Refugee Day, what I understand is like it's a recognition of refugees and as human beings also. So today is a nice day because it shows that even the world does recognize us as refugees and as people with rights. But over here by Home Affairs, Desmond Tutu Marabastad, I don't think they know that. In fact, when they see refugees, they see money. And it's not necessarily that. Because when we come here, I don't think there are people who come here with money, you see.
Thank you. Yeah. Yes. Well, that was a gentleman gentleman who fled a war-torn country in Burundi, who has been explaining to us that in South Africa, if you have documentations, you are able to get a job. But unfortunately, at this particular refugee center, corruption is rampant, and they are requesting money in exchange for asylum papers and all the other papers. Back to studio.
All right, thank you so much for that. And it's quite interesting to actually have a look at those signs that are up there, and it's actually naming some of the people that are involved in corruption, the amount of money that they're taking, and just a plea to please stop this taking money from these foreigners who can ill afford it at this time. So we will cross again to the Desmond Tutu Centre there, where our reporter is coming to us live from. So do stay tuned. We're also going to be talking a little bit more about those official figures that came out yesterday, and that was from the UNHCR with regard to the refugee numbers in the world. So do stay tuned.